What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Had a couple minutes to talk. My son's my middle child is playing football, so we come up here to his practice. Ooh, they're running him. He ain't used to it either. He's sitting in the house and been playing a little bit of video games, and I can tell it out there on the field. So I'm loving it. I'm yelling at him, "Hey, get after it, boy!" So yeah, he's a little out of he's a little out of shape. But hey, get your kids involved in sports, man. Get them out there, get them off the video games, and get them out there playing. So that's what he's doing right now. And I came and got in the cool air because I've been in the heat all day. But guys, I want to get on here, man, and tell everybody thanks for watching my channel. A couple things I wanted to talk about. Our mowers and everything we're doing great. As you know, I have a lot of commercial properties mixed in with a few residential properties. So on these hot days, hot summers, man, me and Roberto's been starting like at 6 o'clock in the morning. Tomorrow we're gonna start at 5. It don't get daylight till 5:15. But we started this morning at 6 and got done by 1. So 6 to 1. Tomorrow we're going to start at 5. We got that big, huge industrial property, and it takes him probably about 3 hours to weed eat, plus me mowing and helping him out. So, yeah, on these industrial properties, these commercial properties, we do some Dollar Generals. We got some dentist office, some doctor's offices, stuff like that. So we can start early and beat the heat, guys. We get in there, get everything done, and try to get done, no later than 1 or 2, because, man, it is hot out here, guys. I think today, let's see if it shows up in my wife's car. Yeah, it is almost 7 o'clock when I'm filming this, and it's 95 degrees at 7 o'clock. It just shows how hot it is. And earlier in the day, it was even hotter. So, but yes, guys, stay hydrated. Let me know in the comments if any of y'all guys do the same thing. When it starts getting really hot, you try to go to, if you do have commercials, or if you have residentials where the peoples don't mind, you try to get there kind of early, kind of get into your route, and try to get it knocked out, man, to beat the heat. That's definitely what we try to do. That's why I like having commercial properties. Because some places I hear all the time where they got noise ordinance, so they can't start till 8. And that would just be rough, man. If you're in a subdivision or something like that, you can't start till 8 o'clock, and then you're in the heat all day. So let me know, guys, if any of y'all do that. So, but what else I wanted to talk about is I've been seeing on online, of people doing I don't know, the routes, how they make the routes and all that kind of stuff. Mine depends on, I think I'm like Ray, and I think a lot of other people. I try to do the ones furthest from my house and work back to my house. So if anything breaks or tears up, my wife can come out and bring me a tool or something, or we can easily get back. We're working our way back to the house. So that's how I do that. And, especially when we're doing that big track that we do every other week, we go an hour and a half out. So I go out to the furthest job, and then I work my way back to the house in that loop back to the house. So, yeah. But guys, we're doing great. The business is running good. Couldn't be any more happier. I sent my pictures off to the pad. They said 3 to 6 weeks. If it's 6 weeks, they'll call me in 3 weeks. If it's going to be 3 weeks, I'll hear from them probably by the end of the week to set me a date on scheduling. So that's pretty exciting. I'm ready to get that building up. And what I'm going to do too is, guys, me and Roberto's going to be there probably on the second day. They said they'd take like 2 days. But we'll probably just take off them 2 days, work around the schedule for them. And they don't put the insulation on the on the building. So I'm going to do that. I think it's called Protex installation. It's like a foam with the bubbles on both sides with the foam, the foil on each side, or it's on the back side. So we'll wrap it around the building before they put the tin up, because I've noticed a lot of people trying to put it up after the building's up, and it's kind of a nightmare. So if I have to bring one more guy on, I will. Me, Roberto, and another guy. And as they're getting ready to put the tin on, we're going to hurry up and wrap it with that installation. And I'll film it and everything. And that way, it'll be for the moisture and everything coming off the tin and everything, where it sweats and everything and don't get inside my shop. They say it helps with the temperatures and everything, keep it kind of cool in the summertime and keep the heat in the wintertime. Eventually, I will put some thicker insulation inside of the shop or whatever, but to put that moisture stuff around it at first, which is going to be good. Now, I did pay for them to do the corners. They got like this thick foam stuff that it's the same molding as the tin is, and it's for all the corners and for the tops of all the roll-up doors, which is to keep animals out, bugs, and it helps with the air and everything coming out of it too. So I did pay extra, and they're going to put that on there. So, but guys, I'm super excited about getting this building, getting it done. Now, it might take me after I get this building done, because it's going to be a lot of money out of my pocket. I'm not going to finance it or anything. So as soon as it gets done, it's mine. So it might take me a couple months to do the electricals on it. I'd like to try to have the electricals, and I'm thinking about a heating and cooling it for the wintertime and summertime. But I don't know if I'll do it this year or if I'll do it next year. But a buddy of mine's got his shop done like that, and he has it on his phone. So, like, it's pretty cool. So, like, say he's working out in the field and everything, and probably an hour or so, an hour and a half before he comes home, he'll kick that baby on cool. So when he walks in, if he has to do any extra work inside the shop or whatever, it's cooled down for him, which is very nice. And same way in the wintertime, if he knows he's going down to the shop, that morning, or he's off on a job and he's coming back to his shop, he'll kick the heat on for like an hour or so, and it'll be warm when he gets in there. So it's kind of bougie, I guess. But if I can do it, I want to do it. That's what I told my wife. I said, I want to deck this shop out. I want to make it really nice for years to come. Use it in our business. I can use it as possibly a write-off and everything to the business, because I'm gonna have an office there too. So I'll be able to use it as an office space and everything. So it'll help me in the long run. Plus, it's gonna help me out a lot just to keep my stuff under the weather, and anybody stealing it or anything, stealing stuff or whatever, because the shop's going to be designed with 3 car garage doors, roll-up doors, 10 by 10s, and then it's going to have 1 door, no windows, no nothing. I don't want any windows in it. I don't want, no window on the door. No, I don't want nobody to see in it. I have a 35 by 25 shop right beside it that I've had for years since I bought the place, and it's pretty nice. It's not bad. And it has windows, but we keep them blocked off. I mean, I keep a black plastic on them, and we don't even use the windows or whatever. So I told her this next building, we ain't going to have no windows in it at all. So, but yeah. So pretty much that's all I wanted to come on here and talk about was my shop, scheduling, how y'all do it. Do y'all start early because it's summertime and everything? I'm sure a lot of y'all do. That's pretty much it, man. I didn't really have a whole lot. We worked today. Like I said, we got done about 12:30, 1 o'clock. And man, our timing is crazy, man. How much jobs we're doing and how much we're getting done and the amount of time with these new mowers. It's incredible. Now, I will say, up on the lake, we got a bunch in a subdivision up on the lake. It's a cul-de-sac, and I think I have 5 already. and we do one of them right now. It's a professional fisherman I was telling y'all about. I do his weekly, but we're already up in that area anyway. So every week we just throw his on the list for weekly. It's one of my weeklies. Well, his neighbor called me yesterday, and she is wanting hers weekly now. And I said, okay, we're already up there. And she noticed it, and she said, our grass is growing like crazy. I was like, yeah, well, we can do it weekly. We're already doing his. And she goes, I saw you up here. I wish I'd have called you and told you to go ahead and do mine. She said, put me on the schedule for weekly. And I said, it ain't going to be the whole time. We can do it weekly until it dies down, you know. Once the summer, more heat gets in and we start having them slow growth times, you know, we'll kick it back to every 2 weeks. I try to do a lot of my customers like that because it's just a quick money grab, man, for, you know, a couple, for a couple months. Plus, it keeps their yard looking good. It don't put so much wear and tear on your mowers, and then you can drop it back to bi-weekly once it slows down. So it's a win-win for everybody, not just me or not just them. You know, it's a win-win for everybody, and that's what I try to tell everybody. I try to push everybody to that. It's only a window of when we're going to be doing that anyways. Well, she told me too, her neighbor that's like 2 houses down from hers that I don't do, because like I do like 6 of them right there, he's wanting me to meet him Thursday about seeing about doing his property. So we landed a weekly this week. We landed a property. And then one of my buddies that's a cop, I saw him at the church today. We were cutting, and he pulled over and stopped and talked to me. He flipped his lights on and his siren. I wish I had a video because I would have told him let's do a little sketch of me getting arrested or something. I think that would be pretty cool. You know, it's just fun and games. But he wants me to start cutting his yard, and I used to cut his dad's yard. Now this guy that's a cop now, he's one of them kids that I was telling you about that worked with me when he's like 15, 16 years old. So I used to cut his dad's property, and his older brother lived in the trailer right beside him. Well, now he lives in that trailer, and his dad still has his property. And I used to cut both of them, but, you know, we grew apart and, you know, all that. And he was going to cut it for his dad. He, you know, they got mowers and all that. You know, whatever it was, I didn't mind. He just worked with me, you know, for so long. Well, he wants me to start cutting his. And I said, all right. So I gave him a price because I knew the yard. And I said, what about your dad's? He said, well, Dad will talk to you when you get there about doing his or whatever. I said, yeah, he probably don't want me to. He goes, no, he had trouble with his lawnmower a couple of weeks ago. He probably will once he sees you out there. And I know he will. Once I start going out there cutting it, he's going to know I was out there cutting it. And he's going to call me and say, hey, cut mine too. I'm pretty much know. So that's landing 2 more properties. So that's going to help us out with these mowers going so quick that I can give Roberto some more time and I can make some money. And it's a win-win again for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So pretty cool. I don't want to overdo ourselves, but I know these properties right here, we can still get in and get out, and we're already going to be in the area. So it works out perfect, you know. So we're already going to be in the area, and it just fell out. I mean, that's how it is, guys. When I'm out here, I'm like Ray and a lot of them. I know I mentioned Ray a lot, but I'm like a lot of these old timers too. I don't do any marketing. I really don't. You know, my shirt has it, you know, but my equipment and everything don't have it. My landscaping trailer has a sign on the back of it, but we hardly ever run it. The landscaping truck we have that we use every day, there's no lettering on it. There's nothing. I mean, it's a maroon UD 1400 Nissan landscaping truck. There's nothing on there. And I probably should put lettering on it and all that. But everything I get is through word of mouth. You know, somebody pulls up. Somebody talks to me. One of my neighbors calls me and says, hey, my neighbor's wanting this done. And that's how it's always been, guys. Work's just always fell in my lap. I've just never had to, because I'll tell you why. Work's fell in my lap and all that from neighbors and all that word of mouth is because I do a great job. If I didn't do a good job, these customers wouldn't recommend me to anybody else. Come on, guys. It's not going to happen. Do what you say you're going to do. Show up when you say you're going to show up. And the rest is history, guys. That's what word of mouth's all about. Putting yourself out into the community, doing a good job in the community, and word will spread that, hey, that urban lawn care guy can cut some grass and do a really good job. And he's always there. And if he ain't there, he texts. And I tell everybody that. I don't text all my customers all the time or whatever. I don't do that. But what I do is I let them know, if we get rained on your day or the day before your day, just know it's going to be another day or something before we get to it. And if I can get to it sooner and I double up a day after the rain or whatever, then we got to it, you know. Nobody, now people know their days a lot of times. A lot of people, because it's kind of repetitive and we ain't get no rain or whatever, they know I'm showing up on that day. But they never know the time that I'm coming. I don't break it down that much. I don't break it down on the time. Sometimes I don't break it down on the day, but the day just kind of, you know, they know every 14 or every 7 days I'm going to be out there. And I never let them know how I'm going to be there at 9:30 in the morning, or I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock in the morning, or I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock in the evening, you know. I don't discuss time. You know, I don't break it down that much. They figure out my days, and I try to get them to figure out the days, because I got some customers, man, that just, some customers, they want me to text them before I come so they can leave a checkout and all that. And that's fine, but come on, guys. I'm there at that same time every 2 weeks, or same day every 2 weeks. Just leave a checkout. Well, I know Lee's going to be here Thursday. Every other Thursday, Lee's going to be here. I better leave him a checkout. If they leave me a checkout. And a lot of my customers still do, guys. I got a lot of older customers, and, you know, they've been with me 15, 16 years, you know. You know, back then, there wasn't a whole lot of online payment or anything, you know, so they're still going to go the same way. They're going to write me a check. I do have a lot of newer customers that'll do cash app, or we don't do card on file. So pretty much it's checks and cash out. And I got about 10 customers that are on cash out, but everybody else, guys, I get checks, man. I get a lot of checks. And I go to the bank, and I have to count all the checks out, sign the back of them, and deposit them into my account. All the bank ladies know me. I'm there I don't try to take checks but probably once a week. I mean, that's just how I am. I don't take checks every day or anything like that. I'll save them all up Fridays or something. Or if we're in the area, I'll put in some checks. But usually I don't go every day. Take checks. I save them up. And just take them in there like that. So, guys, thank y'all for watching, supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. Guys, till next time, peace. Oh yeah, one more thing. You notice I ain't got my cowboy hat on. Well, this is my buddy, man. He does competition barbecuing, Papa Rick's. You can look him up on Facebook and everything, but yeah, he's my buddy, man. He barbecue meat, man. That's what he likes, and he just does it as a hobby. He does mechanic work and all that kind of stuff. But this is just showing y'all a little something of him. But yeah, I like to wear his hat out when I'm other places or whatever, and I don't wear my cowboy hat. I got his hats. I got a bunch of mine under a leather patch. So, guys, till next time, peace.